What's up, guys? Brent Hess here with Cagezilla Unchained, brought to you by the Wild Style Network. We are here with one of our big middleweight fights here coming up on Cagezilla 87, October 25th. We're here with Eric Christopher. Eric, how you doing today, my man? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Brent, how you doing, man? I appreciate it. I love to be here.
Awesome. And I guess let's go ahead and get right into it, man, because you haven't been on the podcast here before yet. Go ahead and give us a little bit of your background, maybe your upbringing a bit, and ultimately kind of what led to MMA for you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, I grew up here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I originally started off, I played some baseball, started off playing some basketball and some other sports. I did play, high school basketball, high school baseball, went to college, played a little bit of Division II basketball. I did some wrestling also in high school, some high school wrestling. I was originally going to go to Marion University and do some wrestling at Marion University. At that point, I was trying to make a decision. Was I going basketball route or was I going to go play some, do some wrestling? I did choose to go to the basketball at that point. Just felt like I was killing over there, and I had a lot more offers, a lot more scouts on me over there. So I went that route. I had my first child, which was my daughter. So I kind of got out of the basketball range of things. Fighting and MMA is something that I love. I watch it all the time. Back in the day when I first figured out about it, I was like, what is this? Like, what is this going on here? It's UFC, it's MMA. I'm like, oh, I started watching it, and from there it was, it was history. So, I love it. I started doing boxing, around here at boxing gyms just to learn how to box more, a little wrestling, a little training. Bounced around to a few UFC places over here because over here in Indianapolis, Indiana, there's not too many places to, I guess, practice MMA and to do more MMA things. Like there's a few boxing gyms, you might find a few places, but over here there's just not too many. So it's very hard to try to, get the coaches and the teams behind you over here, maybe unless you're plugged in with somebody. Right. So at the point where I just, I try to go to different boxing gyms, practice my boxing. I'll go to the gym and just practice all types of things, on my own. I fairly feel like I'm learning more just me studying on my own craft and my own skills and just homing it on my own. Practicing on heavy bags and even my friends, if I had my friends around, I'm like, let's put them up. Like, let's get a little sparring, man. Like, they gonna hurt each other, So, just to get my hands and my feels on things. I'm currently doing that right now. I'm like, okay, eventually I'll be able to get a team behind me and get some real good training in. It's gonna make me at the top of my game. But right now I still feel like I'm pretty high in my game. I'm very confident in myself. I've been confident in every sport and everything I've ever done. So I definitely feel like I'm going to come and I'm going to bring on a show.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like you have been involved in sports, both, just athletically. You might just be a straight up athlete, man. It doesn't matter what sport you play, right? And and yeah, I can't wait to see you inside the cage. If you could, because I don't want to cut off the top of your head. Can you back up just a little bit on screen? Because I want to make sure I got your whole body. There we go. Sure. Yeah, a little bit better there. So yeah. Well, hey, go ahead and I know it sounds like you've had a pretty active lifestyle and been in athletics for a good amount of time. Share with us. I always like to kind of see the roots that led to the tree. Share with us a little bit of your maybe some of your powerful influences that have helped shape you not only maybe as a person, but in your fight career.
Yeah, so I come from a military family, military background. My dad was in the military about 20 years, so I grew up strict schedule, eating MREs and just witnessing how my dad waking up 6 in the morning, going on jogs, and just staying healthy. I got an older brother, about 4 years older than me. He's been in the military since he's been 19, 20 years old. So I've been grown up about that. all types of things like that.
Yeah.
Influences wise, like I said, I started going to IBG, which is downtown here in Indiana. That's where I first saw like Matt Metrione. I first got to watch like the real MMA fighters and how they really get at it. And just as I was just learning, just seeing it with my own eyes and figuring it out and just seeing something that I love, and I'm just very passionate about it, man. I'm doing it all the time at home with my girlfriend, and
That's
so
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
it's just yeah.
Matt Mitrione, huh? The UFC fighter, and I was a big fan of him, man. And I guess
Yeah, man.
that's a great gym. And it sounds like through your father and your brother as well, you got some good influences within your immediate circle and immediate family. So that's a beautiful thing. Now, this was one of those fights. Talking about your upcoming fight here, coming up on Cagezilla 87, October 25th. This was one of those fights that kind of came together organically, man, which makes my job a lot easier. You reached out to me saying you and Heidler had verbally agreed to the matchup. Tell us, I guess, first of all, what, if anything, you might know about Brian headed into this big middleweight fight here coming up on Cagezilla 87.
Okay, so I don't know much about Brian. He's a good guy. I've talked to him a few times. The respect there, mutual respect. We're both stepping in there to make the fight happen. He's like, man, make sure you come. Like, I'm coming. Don't worry. Like, we're gonna put on the show for the fans. Definitely respect to Brian. For doing this, and we just kind of came together organically. I guess he needed a fight. I was out here searching everywhere for a fight online. I'm throwing caution in the wind. I'm calling out everybody. That was it. It didn't matter who it was. I was calling you out. Brian ended up stepping up. I'm like, cool, let's make it happen. Message here, boom, bam, it's done. So that's kind of how it came together. Again, he's a really good guy. I've seen he's had a few fights. Respect to him.
Yeah.
I know he respects me too. So we're gonna come and we're gonna put on a show, man.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, an athlete that is hungry, it sounds like, as you, putting out IG messages and searching for your own fights, man. As a matchmaker, I can appreciate that, man. That shows a hungry athlete. I know that. I know you wrote me asking me, are there gonna be scouts watching my performance here coming October 25th, and being one of the biggest and best promotions here on the East Coast. We always have eyes watching our Cagezilla Cage. We've had several of our champions rise the ranks, make it to the UFC, but tell us, Eric, what kind of energy are you bringing into fight night? What can our Cagezilla Unchained fans expect to see from Eric Christopher here coming up October 25th?
Man, I'm bringing all the energy, man. I'm going in there. I'm going 100%. I want to put on a show, but I also want to get him out of there as fast as I possibly can. So, for me, I feel like I want to get out there. I want to show all my skills, but I feel like even if I get him through there, then eventually, I'll be able to show all my skills and eventually come around. Even if Brian isn't going to be able to stay there long enough with me. But we're gonna see, we're gonna see how it goes. But I definitely plan to bring the energy. I plan to, do some stuff that you guys are gonna want to be there to see, man. You're gonna want to see a really good athlete, somebody who really loves this craft, man. Somebody, I'm just telling you, I got them hands, man. I got them hands. I got the wrestling. I don't expose too much, but I'm all around. I'm everywhere. So I've been like that for every sport I've ever done. This includes fighting. This includes everything. So
That's
it's going to
awesome.
be something very fun to watch. You're going to see an amateur pro at this time. A pro who's amateur.
Yep. No, I love it, man. I love it, and it sounds like you. I can feel that energy radiating off of you, man. And here in about a month or so, we're gonna see it inside the Salisbury Center, and I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. But before, I always like to collect some questions from our fan zone. Some of our, younger fans, younger audience. They always like to kind of see some insight from you guys who actually get in there and make it happen. It sounds like you've been an athlete all your life. Share with us, I guess, the first question. Share with us, what does a typical training day look like for you when you're training for a big fight like this? What insight could you give maybe some young guys?
So some insight would definitely be make sure you get your get your sleep in. You don't want to be up all night, eating junk food and watching cartoons, and the stuff that we love to do on our off time, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get some early sleep in. I like to wake up early in the morning, and get a good workout in early in the morning. Not nothing too heavy, but just something light, maybe a light workout. Eat some light breakfast, something that's not going to be too heavy on my stomach all day. I'm not going to drink any sodas or do anything like that that might,
Right.
mess up my stomach or have me feeling, any type of bad way. I'm definitely going to drink a lot of water. So a lot of water is definitely going to be key. And for the young kids, I would just say, man, if you love to do something, just get out there and do it. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let anything around you stop you from doing what you want to do. I know these days of social media, people are scared to do what they want to do because they're scared of what other people might think about them. But I would say, everybody does what they want to do, and you got to do what you love to do and what you want to do. So if that's
Yeah.
what you love, go out and do it, man. Don't let nobody stop you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I like that, man. That's great insight. For kids to just follow their goals and follow their dreams and not get distracted. I think too, is a big one because, like you say, with the social media era, everybody's trying to pull you in all kinds of directions, trying to tell you this or that. So you really got to follow your gut and follow your goals. And sounds like you're doing just that. And I guess the second question will be that I always like to ask you guys is, who are some of the fighters, whether it be UFC fighters or boxers or anybody that you like watching, some of your favorite ones, to bring maybe some of their style into maybe what you could do?
Okay, yeah. So of course, man, Terrence Bud Crawford. The fight just went
Yeah.
on. I mean, you could just watch those hands, man, and you watch them hands, and just the way he's able to keep his distance and be able to punch back, and not get hit, and just how he's been able to get his craft at such a high level. Terrence Crawford, he's one of my favorite, boxing wise to watch.
Yeah.
UFC wise, I watch a lot of Alex Pereira. For the UFC, I watch a lot of John Jones. John
Yeah.
Jones, one of my favorite fighters. I feel like me and him have like similar body styles, so we're able to do a lot of the same things with the long legs and the long arms. I watch a lot of UFC. I like a lot of fighters. A lot
That's
of
awesome.
boxing. I probably watch more UFC than boxing. Yeah, but yeah, man, all those people. I love all those people. I try to watch people who mostly mimic my game.
Right.
Somebody, like I said, the body type that I have. That way, I'm like, okay, I can kind of get this into what I'm gonna do,
Right.
and it works well like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it sounds like that falls right into your body style, and you follow guys like Pereira and John Jones who can kind of give you insight into your own style, right? Like how you can implement some of their stuff, right? Because if you get a guy who's 5'7", 200 pounds, he could like John Jones as much as he wants, but he ain't gonna look like John Jones, right?
no,
But
no,
but if you got a guy like yourself who follows a guy who you can follow and emulate,
yep,
that's good and that's smart on your end to do
exactly.
that. That's cool. And two, obviously, two of the best there in Pereira and John Jones. So two of the best
Doing
to
the
ever do it.
best.
Well, hey, I always like to collect a quote or a motto or something empowering that maybe you've read or something your coaches have shared with you that you can kind of pass along to our Cagezilla Unchained audience here and possibly empower them, man. So if you could share that with us now, do it.
Okay, yeah. So I would say maybe I don't know if it's really a quote or a model, but it goes back to what I was saying. Like if you're passionate, I'll go for it. Whatever you're passionate about, definitely go for it. Don't wait too late. Don't let others distract you or anything else distract you from your goals. So I would get up, get up, get out, go for your goals.
Get after it. I like that one.
Yep.
No hesitation. Just go ahead and get after it, man. And I can't wait to
Get
see you in
after it.
here. Well, I think you got a bright future, man. Give us a way we can follow you. Give us a way we can show you a little love, maybe online, whether that be some of your social medias or if your team, or you want to give out any shout outs. Go ahead and do that for us now.
Okay. Right now, I do only have Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram. It's the number five, and then Indiana underscore.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got
for
it.
shout out, I would like to shout out my son, 2-year-old son. Shout out
Oh,
my son Eric Jr.
Yep.
You know, when he gets older, I wanted him to see like his dad. You know what his dad's doing, what I've accomplished. So I want to make something. I want to make something happen, man. I'm excited. Shout out to my son. Shout out to my mom and dad, my girlfriend, and my whole family, man.
That's beautiful.
Shout out to you guys.
That's beautiful. No, I mean, and for you to have him to fight for, I know that that puts an extra chip on your shoulder, and I'm sure we're gonna see that here coming up, man. So, thank you, Eric, once again for joining us here on Cagezilla Unchained. I know you got a ton of stuff going on, so I hope training and everything continues to go awesome for you, and you stay healthy leading up to this big middleweight fight here. And thanks once again for joining us, man.
Thank you, Brett. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, there you have it, guys. Make sure you guys are in-house here at the Salisbury Center. Come October 25th for Cagezilla 87. It's going to be an exciting one here with Eric Christopher in a big middleweight fight here coming up. Make sure you guys are picking up tickets at CagezillaTickets.com. Until next time, much love and respect. We'll see you guys all very soon.